My name is Ben Doyle, and this is my AS280 uh, narrative critique of Ariana Smith's photograph. Um, in her series of photographs, she looked to be depicting um, a girl following a path to her dreams. So this sort of represented inspiring. Um, In the image, you see in the bottom left corner a piece of paper that says dreams, sort of like a marker for this girl to be following. And then in the background, obviously, you see the girl with a book bag um, and what seems to be a blanket. Um, I don't necessarily know what that represents. If this does represent a girl aspiring to her dreams, I don't know what the blanket represents, but um, it's another interesting element of this composition. In the background, you see the trees and the light coming through the trees. And, these trees sort of seem to be making a path for this girl to follow. Um, and potentially down the way, there's more of these markers that say dreams, and she's following them. Um, so I think this image paints a good picture of someone aspiring to their dreams. Um, Again, some elements that worked well with this image or uh, were good at describing um, this dream inspiring um, were this one, the coloring of the image. I think the filter that was applied here sort of gives this dreamy feel to it. Uh, sort of a blurry filter or color. It's like a gray area. It's not quite yet defined. It's still being searched for, I guess. And I think the coloring really describes that well. The lighting in this image, again, sort of along with the coloring, gives that sort of dream or inspiring aspect to the photograph. Um, Again, um, I think an element again that was good for this composition um, is you sort of have the feeling like you're there um, from this perspective that it was taken at. Um, Feels like the person or the viewer is following, like peeking behind a tree, following this girl's path to her dreams. And I think that was executed well. Um, Again, although that was good, I think maybe working with the perspective would be one thing I could change. Um, Maybe being up a little higher, peeking behind a tree and seeing the whole path, and then um, these dream markers that are following the path, and her in the middle could maybe make this uh, image more of that feeling of inspiration of her following a path. Um, Again, maybe more of a bright light at the end could be another way of showing this the girl aspiring for her dreams. Um, again, I think something to improve is definitely that lighting, finding a good balance with the lighting and the color of the image, possibly through as the assignment says later on that we can use Photoshop. So maybe incorporating some bright lights at the end of this path that she's following could be a good way of making more of a compelling image. Um, but overall, I feel like um, Arna did a good job of starting out her idea of a girl aspiring for her dreams, um, and um, I think overall it was a good composition.